Father's Day baseball is next. And a good afternoon, everybody. Would like to welcome you to the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here is the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and hello, everybody. We welcome you into Corpus Christi Hooks baseball here in South Texas. It is the final game of our six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Corpus Christi Hooks. Well, after today, these two teams will head on the road and head to the North Division. Corpus Christi taking on the Tulsa Drillers, and San Antonio there at All-American Ballpark to take on the Arkansas Travelers. Well, today is going to be a pretty good day as these two teams will see each other, but even though in the second half of the regular season, Corpus Christi will head to San Antonio for the last 3 games of the year between the two ball clubs. Well, anyway, joined in the booth by my partner and friend, Bob. How you doing there, Bob?
Doing good, John. How are you?
Happy Dad's Day, and a happy Dad's Day to you, and a happy Dad's Day to all of our attendants coming into the ball game today, and also those that are watching via YouTube Live and Bally Live, and so far many other platforms as well. Anyway, want to give a special shout out to a good friend of mine who works as the assistant manager of West Creek Trail Rides of San Antonio, Benji Hernandez. And if you guys want to go out on a private ride with Benji, just give him a call at 210-800-3335, and he will get you squared away in a heartbeat. Well, I got to say, today, it's a special day, and we all know that Father's Day is a day that we say Happy Dad's Day to all the dads out there. But after the game today, the kids and the dads can line up out near the first base area, and they can run the bases today. Today's Dog's Day has been canceled, so there will not be a Bark in the Park Sunday. This day, is all about dads. So we want to make sure that dads can come out to the ball game. They don't have the dogs running around like crazy. And so far, it will be Dad's Day for the dads. So no dogs allowed in this one. Well, we do have a big, huge road trip, and yes, we will start the 4 o'clock game. We were going to start at 7:05, but with these two teams getting ready to travel together to the North Division, with Corpus Christi heading to Tulsa and San Antonio heading to Arkansas after today, we decided that it will be best for a 4:05 first pitch, and that way we would get done at least by 6 o'clock or a little before 6:30, close to 7. So we'll see how everything goes in this one as we get ready to wrap up this homestand here in Corpus Christi. So far, we do have final scores coming in, and we'll look at the North Division 4. And so far, leading it off with Tulsa taking the win against Northwest Arkansas. And the final score of that ball game was the Drillers 5, Northwest Arkansas 4. Springfield takes the final game against Wichita in the final 5-2. And so far, just about getting set to go as all of our teams. The final 6, Arkansas at Frisco, San Antonio at Corpus Christi, and Midland at Amarillo will get ready to go. Well, anyway, a brand new week as we get set to go for the new week, and we'll go ahead and call out your ball clubs for next week. And so far, Bob will go ahead and get that going. So, Bob, go ahead and call out the names of our next week's teams and where everybody will be.
Well, I gotta say, we look in West Texas, the Midland Rockhounds taking on the visiting Wichita Windsurge there at Bronco Park. San Antonio at Arkansas at All-American Ballpark. Corpus Christi at Tulsa at DCJ Field. Northwest Arkansas at Springfield at Blue River Stadium. And Frisco at Amarillo taking on the Sod Poodles there in Wateridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Well, thank you, Bob, for all of that. And got to say, that's where everybody will be starting on Tuesday, June 23rd, and getting into the next following Sunday. Don't forget the Missions will return home. They take on their final homestand of the first half against the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles. And then it'll be off to Midland to take on the final six of the first half. They'll wrap it up there. And then finally, the 4 days come in. We'll be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday and start the second half on Friday, July 17th through the 19th, as this will be the last 3-game series against Corpus Christi and San Antonio. So the Missions will have a 9-game homestand there in San Antonio. And so far, a beautiful, beautiful 9 games coming up. After that 3 with Corpus Christi, we won't play them anymore until next year in 2027. But we'll definitely keep their scores and everything that we do see on Bally Live and a lot of everything else. But most definitely we'll keep y'all updated on the scores as they play their home games. Well, gotta say, we'll see who they play on Tuesday, July 7th. And that's when the Frisco Rough Riders for Corpus Christi. Now the Hooks will take them on in a 6-game set. So pretty nice. And then San Antonio taking on the Sod Poodles starting on Tuesday, June 30th. And do not forget that it will be America's 250th anniversary jersey giveaway as we go onto the weekend of July 4th. We will be celebrating a great honor of the freedoms that we have. And so far, for San Antonio to have this great honor in the homestand, I mean, the leadoff 6 against Amarillo, that would be really good to literally just attend that ball game on that evening. And so forwardly as Friday, July 3rd, that would be a pretty good day for anybody that has a homestand on that day. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's gonna be a pretty good one as we all look at it.
But anyway, well, this would just about do for the pregame show. And so far, we do have our last game here today in Corpus Christi. It will be the very last road travel for San Antonio to play Corpus Christi here in their home ballpark. But then Arkansas next week, starting on Tuesday. Well, anyway, we'll be set to go in just a few minutes, and we'll be ready to go. Our first pitch time at 4:05. It is now 4:03. So we're just 2 minutes away from the ball game, so we'll be ready to go when we come back.
All right, taking you down on the field as we present today's broadcast of Corpus Christi Hooks baseball. Well, thank you, Bob. Got to say, a cloudy day as we get going here at the 4:05 first pitch. And so far, Hook fans are just getting here at the ballpark. It'll be a packed house tonight as we get things going. Corpus Christi right-hander Sam Carlson on the mound for the Hooks. The four-seam slider, changeup, and a two-seam fastball on the mound now for Corpus Christi. The shortstop, Victor Lizarraga, getting ready to go. Lean it off for San Antonio. And we are just about set to go. First pitch is in for a cold strike. And we are underway right a minute after 4:05. I tell you one thing, not too tardy on this day. That one's a ground ball straight away up to second. Throw down the first in time, and that will get him. One down here in the half inning. With that, let's give the San Antonio Missions the starting lineups. Lizarraga, Robert, Salas, Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian, Vertigo, Murphy, and Castagnon. We'll get things ready to go here today. Center fielder Kai Roberts getting ready to go as we're set for him to start his time. Wind up and the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Line drive. That gets down through for a center field base hit.
Boy, what a good thing that really gets going, even for San Antonio to get their first hit of the ball game, and now they just have to really get those runs going today. Ethan Salas coming in as he'll take that one down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, a lot of dads out there as we look. Always a good thing to see that here at Bayfront Park and anywhere else in the Texas League.
Ball.
2 balls, no strikes to him as Ethan Salas takes that one in. Runner at first, 1 away. And that is in for a strike. The count now at 2-1. San Antonio winning last night 7-6. Pretty good ball game. And that's going to be right there, high in the air, straightaway left. And that will be out number 2. Man, and Ethan Salas could have had something going, but evidently couldn't get it where he wanted it to go. But that will be the out. No pun intended. Romeo Sanabria coming up now for San Antonio. The first baseman will take inside a strike. And it's the count now 0-1. Hot and humid, I would say. The temperature today feels like 112. Ooh-wee. And no wonder why there's a lot of people in tank tops and shorts these days, but you always got to think about the UVA, UVB raises that come out here also at the ball game, so got to make sure you're putting on your sunscreen and keeping that skin safe because you don't want to get skin cancer because that sun will definitely give it to you if you're not careful. That is for sure. Thank you, Bob, for that analysis on that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for San Antonio this afternoon. As we head to the bottom of the first, it's no score through the first half inning. Jagger Haynes, a left-hander, is on the mound now for San Antonio. The four-seam, a slider, a changeup getting ready to go here for San Antonio. I want to say just nice to see the logos on that scoreboard screen. Always a high honor to represent the San Antonio Missions. They're in the home and road games as we go on. Riley Unruh is coming in here in the bottom of the first inning as he takes a strike inside as the count now 0-1. A great crowd we have here today at Bayfront. always the home of the Corpus Christi Hooks. And that is high in the air, straight away up the center. It is gone. And boy, that is a prospect that will never stop hitting. Like Riley Unroe, who comes in, and he comes in with a clutch lighting home run. I mean, tell you one thing there, Bob, that was a 416-footer over a 96.6 exit velocity on that. Lucas Spence coming in now as he'll take that changeup downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Off batter, 2, 3, and 4 due up against Haynes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, getting him down for a... Whew. Well, that's one thing you don't want to ever try to get in touch with, is that swinging fastball. That one is high in the air, and now to play foul. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. The pitch. Popped up high in the air, straight away left field is Kai Murphy. And he gets it for out number 1. Well, let's give the Corpus Christi Hooks starting lineups here. Unroe, Spence, Flores, Austin, Baez, Whitaker, Pratt, Howell, and Janek coming in for Corpus Christi. I'll say a good deal right there. Arturo Flores, the next batter up for the Hooks. Ready to go as he'll take that inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch right there as the shortstop knocks it down. And that will just be a miscue right there.
Third baseman, number 41.
Man, and the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria, had some trouble picking that baseball up. So now that'll be an infield hit and possibly an error on top of that. Yeah, probably could. That one is hit high in the air straight away, and they don't come up with it, as that will land out of play foul, and the count now 0-1. I got to say there, Bob, last night, I tell you one thing, that shortstop that was covering that shortstop area got the boot. Yeah, he sure did. And who was it that got it? Well, I'm trying to think here, Bob. No balls at 2 strikes. And the swing and a miss gets him down for out number 2.
Number 29.
Well, it was somebody. And we would have to go back and look through the game. But most evidently, hopefully, we'll see who that was. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. 0-1. Do beg my pardon right there. So yes, we will definitely go back and look at last night's ball game. Most definitely, we should do that just to see. And I mean, evidently. Right there. And
That's a balk.
And that's going to be a balk right there, as the first runner to be at first now heads to second on a balk-initiated call. Luis Baez coming in. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that one is gone. High in the air. Straight away left center. And that is gone. And Corpus Christi takes a 3-0 lead. Jeez, and they are coming back as Cage Lightning. Indeed, they are there, Bob. They are really coming in and getting things going. Well, as we look at it, it was Jackson Wolf who played the shortstop position. In the 7th inning of San Antonio shortstop, Jackson Wolf was ejected from the game following his second error of the night. The game remained extremely close, tied at 6-6 going into the ninth. Marcos Castellan hits a decisive home run in the top of the ninth to put San Antonio up to 7-6 lead. The final result was San Antonio secured the victory with a final score of 7-6, making it their 34th win of the season. Ty Whitaker coming in now as he takes an inside strike, and the count now 0-2.
Well, do you think Jackson Wolf should be given a second chance being out there at the shortstop area?
I don't know if he would, but I bet you he got a good talking to by the manager. The hitting coaches, everybody just had to sit there and talk to him. I mean, especially when there is no netting on that other side of the baseball field, but hopefully the minor league level, they'll put a major netting going from left field to right field. I mean, like you see right here in center, right in front of us, as we have the batter's eye and everything right there. I mean, that right there would be pretty good. It would keep the fans safe, and if there was ever a miscue of somebody trying to get hit, then it would protect them right there, and that is gone too. So now 4-0 Corpus Christi. Ty Whitaker will take that one and be content with it. And now the Hooks out in front, 4-0. And boy, I tell you what, they are getting pretty good in this hitting contest today.
Good thing it's an afternoon ball game, because I got to tell you, John, if it was 7:05, it would have been a late start for these two teams to get on the road.
That is for sure. And the count now 0-1 to Carneal Pratt. Boy, I tell you, there is the missions manager right there. And I don't think that he's happy with Jagger Haynes at the moment, but hopefully he could turn it around and make something go with his arsenal. If not, then it'd just be a rough half inning, and that's going to be right there over the head. Boy, 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. Still 2 out in the inning.
Number 3.
But I would say that would be pretty rough. Well, the manager is going to make a decision, and so far, that's going to do for the starter, Jagger Haynes. He's not getting it here this afternoon, and I imagine why. He's probably overheated. It is humid. Don't say it's anybody's fault about that, because most definitely here in Corpus Christi, it's really a hot humidity. We do have the cloud cover, which that's making it really nice here. The right-hander is Evan Fitterer, is getting started on the mound in relief, as we are barely getting underway of today's game. That one is hit high in the air, straight away, up to center, as Roberts will get there, and he'll make the play to end the inning. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors on San Antonio, and it's on now to the second inning, and the Hooks will lead it 4-0. Second inning set to go for San Antonio. Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in. Is ready to go here, and here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be right there and out of play, and the count now 0-1. I tell you, tonight, Victor Lizarraga playing that shortstop position. And so far, yeah, I do believe that him and Romeo Sanabria were the committed 2 errors of tonight. And so far, if Lizarraga makes any more mistakes, given more errors, he too will be ejected from the ball game. No doubt about it. Right there, down to first, and in time is out number 1.
Batting 6, The designated hitter, number
Well, the
40.
designated hitter is Albert Fabian as he comes in. Strikeout by Sam Carlson, which that is pretty good for Corpus Christi. And the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the count now 0-1. Jackson Wolf got into it with the home plate umpire after the game. I'll tell you one thing. He's like, come on, man, why'd you eject me like that? And, well, so far, making so many errors is what could get you pulled out of the ball game. Yep, and making those errors could kill the team, too. That is for sure. Making many errors. I mean, yes, there's been times where I've seen a team that made 8 errors through a whole ball game, and that manager was not the happy camper of the bunch. I bet that manager wasn't. I bet he had a good talk to the whole crew about those 8 errors and stuff. Yep. Well, the strikeout is out number 2. And here's Rosemond Verdugo. Verdugo from the stretch will take that one outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Just like Jackson Wolf, making too many errors will get you ejected in a hurry. That one is fouled in the way. The count now 1-1. So, is there any way that we're going to get a shortstop before too long? I do imagine if Francisco Acuna gets back on the list after his injury, but so far being injured in the month of April, I mean, so far he has to stay off of that leg until July or August, but I hopefully hope that he's coming back soon. Here's a 2-2 offering, and that one is going to be out of play, and the count now 2-2. Got injured in Tulsa during that time San Antonio went there this year. It was the second of that 6-game series when he had that twisted ankle, and they took him to the Tulsa Metropolitan Hospital. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air, straight away up to center, and that is out number 3. Even though the doctors told him he is not allowed to play baseball for 3 to 4 months following this ankle injury, but most likely they just have to keep him going on top of that. Now, he is getting paid by the Major League Baseball Association of the Padres. As most evidently, he is on a leave of absence, but evidently he is watching from the dugout. And he's normally in his missions uniform and also wearing his road gray tonight as well. There he sure is. He's just there, waving hello to us. Hey, there you go. High in the air straight away. Sanabria takes it himself, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, number 82.
Boy, I tell you one thing. We're going to go ahead and give you some scores here today. Midland leading Amarillo 14-8. Bottom of the 7th inning right now. Arkansas and Frisco tied 1-1, bottom of 4. Bottom of the 2nd inning here in Corpus Christi. The Hooks out in front, 4-0. So far as the Hooks try to secure the series finale here in the Hooks organization. And that one is gone. Make that 5 runs here today. The second one for Riley Unroe. Oh, I tell you one thing there, John. That the Hooks are getting good today, and they're trying to secure this Sunday afternoon. I gotta agree. Lucas Spence coming in now. as he takes that one a strike, and the count now 0-1. 0 for 1 flyout. 5-0 Corpus Christi, and San Antonio trailing those 5 runs. And the pitch. And that's an inside strike. The count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one is a called third strike. And Spence is saying, no way is that's been called. And he was right about that. So now the call gets overturned to a ball and 2 strikes. So the home plate umpire nearly said it was. And right there, straight away, center, it goes out of here. And now that is the 6th run for Corpus Christi. Lucas Spence gets one. And I tell you, it is getting pretty hot out here in Corpus Christi. Well, I tell you, the humidity is high. The cloud cover is protecting us here today. It's a good day for Corpus Christi here in this game. It is. Well, Evan Federer staying in, and pretty good one as the home crowd is being treated to a pretty good ball game. That one is hit high in the air, out of play, and the count now 0-1. Flores is at 0 for 1. He's reached on an error called the E6. So far, a pretty good day today for Corpus Christi. That one is right there in the count now 0-2. Boy, I wonder what ticked Midland off, because 14-8, that is a whooping they're giving to the Sod Poodles. I don't know there, John, but I'll tell you one thing, Amarillo sure ain't having a good day. If it's their final game against Midland, I mean, I'll tell you one thing, it's getting crazy. That'll be the last game of their first half meetup against those 2 ball clubs between Amarillo and Midland. San Antonio and Corpus Christi today wrapping it up with a final goodbye until the second half. That one is foul. The count now 1-2. 1-2. Here's the delivery.
That's a ball.
And that's downstairs. The count now 2-2. 2-2 offering. Right there, called third strike, and he goes down on a strikeout. And the first for Evan Federer as he gets in relief for San Antonio this afternoon. Trevor Austin coming into this ball game as well. I'll tell you one thing, a pretty good day. And that's going to be in for the strike. The count now at 0-1. Let's go ahead and pull up the Texas League standings. And so far, Frisco and Arkansas looking to decide that series there at Statesman's Park. Right there, hit to Sanabria, and that will do. Finally, the inning comes to an end. Boy, and I tell you, at least a few more runs on a few more hits, no errors, and we go to the third. Corpus Christi out in front. It is 6-0 Hooks. So we'll be right back here in this one as we head to the third for San Antonio when we come back.
Well, third inning on this Father's Day Sunday, as it is the top of the third for San Antonio, right here in the Hooks Baseball Network.
Number 48.
Left-hander Trey Dombrowski coming in now as we get things going here in the top of the third. Corpus Christi having him on the mound. So far, he throws a
Leading
pretty
off,
good
left fielder,
ones here. Four-seam, a curveball, a changeup, and a two-seam fastball. Getting going here for him here today. Guy Murphy, the left fielder, coming in. 8-9-1 due up against the new arm, Trey Dombrowski. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. 6-0 Corpus Christi, top of the third.
Ball.
And that one's downstairs. The count now 1-2. One ball and two strikes. And that one's going to be hit high in the air, straight away center. And it is the center fielder that runs it down for out number 1.
94.
Well, second baseman Marcos Castañon comes in today. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be a pop-up straight to the pitcher. And right there to first in time for out number 2.
Victor Lizarraga.
Well, the shortstop Victor Lizarraga coming in now. 0 for 1, a ground out. Windup and the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. 2 down, nobody on. Third inning. Outside that curveball. Count now 1-1. Here's a 1-1 offering, and that one is high and outside. 2-1. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's high in the air, straight to center field. And that is the third out. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. 3.5 on this Father's Day. And it's 6-0 Corpus Christi. We'll be ready to go for the bottom of the third. Luis Baez, the 2-run shot that he did, will come up first for the Hooks when we come back. Bottom half of the third inning set to go for Corpus Christi. Right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Luis Baez. Oh, dear. Well, thank you, Bob, for seeing something like that going. Well, we lead it off in the bottom of the third as Luis Baez comes in. Thank you, Bob. And so far, right there, ground ball straight away to Verdugo. Sanabria gets him down for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 24.
Ty Whitaker, the designated hitter, he was the solo shot in the first, is 1 for 1. Frisco taking the lead against Arkansas 2-1. Boy, pretty good for them in Statesman's Park. And that one's going to be hit, smashed up the center, but it won't get down. And that will be out number 2. So 2 quick outs to start off the bottom of the third. And here's left fielder Carneal Pratt. 14-8 Rockhounds. That is a pretty good score there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. That'll get down, and it gets by him all the way. And boy, I tell you one thing. Hopefully that's not going to be another fielding error.
Now batting.
But most definitely they'd have to keep an eye on that shortstop. Victor Lizarraga playing that shortstop position here today, and so far if he makes one more error, they'll pull him out. 0 for 1, a pop out here today. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-2. Federer getting going here in this one. And the pitch. And that one is going to be left alone, and that will drop out of play, foul. Here's the pitch. And right there to the third baseman, Verdugo, as he takes it himself for the out. Well, no runs, hits, or... Well, actually, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left, and we head now to the fourth. It's Corpus Christi 6, San Antonio nothing. Hi, Roberts coming in, 1 for 1, top of the fourth as we get going. 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, Orlando Martinez for the Rough Riders doing pretty good. Even in the series against Arkansas. Looks that right there, pretty good. Orlando Martinez and Keith Jones III. Pretty good prospects in the Texas Rangers organization. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, and here's the windup, and that's going to be a lofted high fastball right there to third. And he's got it for out number 1.
Now batting, catcher, number 90.
Well, that'll bring up the catcher, Ethan Salas. I want to tell you one thing, a pretty good ball game there in Amarillo. I was thinking it would be Midland. Or Lola came and talked this afternoon. Like you couldn't talk yesterday. Hey, don't be mean. That one's right there. Line drive to the left field area. Ethan Salas getting a base hit, which that's pretty good.
Number 93.
Hey, I could say the same thing about you there, Bob. You couldn't talk either yesterday. Well, you're just being mean. No, I'm just pointing the obvious. Yeah, sure you are. I just love to kid with you, that's all. Man. Well, I like you, Bob. I like you too there, John. You're a funny guy. That's why I liked you. And I hired you. And I went to the board of directors because I needed a assistant to come in and do these ball games with me. And so far, they hired me 5 years ago. That is right. Now, I've been doing this since 2021. A really, really good year that we got back to the Texas League. And that one is pelted. It's done. And San Antonio takes 2 towards the Missions. Man, I bet they felt that one in San Antonio just on top of that one. Indeed, I think they did. But you know, Bob, I always love to kid with you. I know. Well, that's a pretty good one. Now San Antonio trails this 4 games. 4 games? What are you talking about? It's 4 runs, dummy. I never heard you say that before. You crazy old man. I'm a crazy old man. Well, I'm not that old, dummy. Oh, man. Boy, you just make me laugh there, Bob. If I was a dummy, maybe I wouldn't be alive to even look at you. Ouch. Oh, that's kind of mean. I'm kidding. Sure you are. No balls and 1 strike to Albert Fabian. As he comes in and swings and misses after that one. It's the count now, 0-2. You know, I like you, Bob. You're a real good friend, and you're a good colleague of mine, I will say. Yeah, I like you too there, John. We're funny when it comes into the booth. Uh-huh. Boy, a 2-run shot for Romeo Sanabria. And it gets them on the board. It is now 6-2. Corpus Christi leading 4 runs ahead of San Antonio here in this one.
Leading off.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, here's Walker Janek, who is 0 for 1, a pop-out. Frisco now getting set to go for the top half of their 6th inning against Arkansas. Rough Riders lead 2-1 at Statesman's Park against the Arkansas Travelers. Right there, straight away, through for a hit. I'll tell you one thing, it looks like Victor Lizarraga needs a little bit more work out there on the field, and especially playing a shortstop position. Well, Riley Unruh, I tell you one thing about this guy, he can really hit a baseball. Just a look at him. Riley Unruh coming up now as he's 2 for 2 here this afternoon. And that's going to be a 3 for 3, so that's a base hit. Boy, and they're getting going here this afternoon. Yeah, they sure are. They're not fooling around. No, they are not. So far, just a pretty good one here this afternoon. Here's a Lucas Spence, and that is going to be lofted high in the air, straight away, right field. And that will be the second baseman getting after it to make the play. And that is out number 1.
Baseman, number 99.
Boy, and that guy, number 94, did a pretty good job of getting something going. Arturo Flores up now. And he's going to power that one high in the air, but Murphy will get under it. And here's the play. And that runner from second thought he could go for third, but now he makes a good decision. And he halted himself from advancing. That would have been a double play pickoff right there.
Yeah, it sure would have been there, John. It would have been a nasty one at most.
And that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit. Here comes the run. And they don't get him. And now that's a run across the score on the RBI single by Trevor Austin.
Ooh, wait.
Well, this game sure is getting pretty interesting, huh, John?
Uh-huh.
Well, like Corpus Christi taking San Antonio to the rodeo and stuff.
Uh-huh, and the hooks are the wild horses.
Yep. Wild Broncs, that's what they call them.
Have you ever rode a wild bronc before there, John?
No.
Well, because when I was about your age, that's when I started riding wild bronc.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Well, that right there to Trevor Austin, as that will be a one-run ball game. Or should I say another run added to their score. It's now 7-2, Corpus Christi. Sanabria gets the out, and that is 3 down, and that will do it. Top of the 5th inning set to go as Rosamond Verdugo getting going. And our score today, Corpus Christi 7, San Antonio 2. Now set to go as we lead it off the top of the fifth right now, the Hooks Baseball Network. Well, thank you there, Bob, and here we go for the fifth inning as the 7, 8, 9 hitters do up against Trey Dabrowski. And leading it off, Rosamond Verdugo, the hot corner man. No balls and one strike. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. 0-2. And that one is outside, 1-2. Hot and humid on this afternoon. And even into San Antonio as today it got up to 99 degrees. And it felt like 117. I tell you what. And the humidity is not a great factor of all that heat. But always got to remember that, staying hydrated, making sure you wear light, loose clothing, and all types of stuff. Also, taking frequent breaks, especially when you're outside during the afternoon. That is also a good thing, too. Yeah, it is. It is to keep yourself safe and to make sure that you are not overworking, because heat exhaustion can really come in at an ungiven time. That's for sure. Right there to third. And straight down as it goes to the first baseman for out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, number 94.
Well, that'll bring in Marcos Castañon, the second baseman. So far, we are halfway through this ball game, and I tell you one thing. Now the stadium lights are coming on. And I tell you what, wishing it would have been a nice, beautiful day and stuff, but evidently knowing where the sun would be. And I'll tell you one thing, I just don't want to wish that the sun would be out. Yeah, I know. I tell you, that would be a real butt hurting for these fans just sitting out there, and they're getting cooked alive by the heat. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. We head to the bottom of the fifth coming up, and Corpus Christi out in front, 7-2. Well, we're about set to go for the bottom of the fifth right now for the Hooks Baseball Network. Ty Whitaker coming in now, 6, 7, 8, due up bottom of 5. A Hooks lead, 7-2. Corpus Christi leading by the 5 against San Antonio. That's down and in as the second baseman, Castañon, gives it to Sanabria, and that is out number 1. Left fielder is Carneal Pratt, 2 for 2, a double and single coming in. Hopefully, I gotta say, we are not going to get too late getting on the road to Arkansas. Now, Corpus Christi heads to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which that would be pretty good. That's going to get down and in for the count now. 0-1, but that will be a center field base hit.
Batting, the shortstop, number 3.
Caden Towell coming in now. And the pitch. That's a high pop-up, and Sanabria getting under it. Makes the play, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, catcher, number 84.
Well, that'll bring the catcher, Walker Janek, coming in. Gotta say, Audrine Robinson does really good on the intercom. Gotta thank that girl for coming in and, yes, giving that good old guy that we used to have a final farewell. And that's right there. Line straight away through for a hit. So Corpus Christi continues to get the hits in and the runs on base.
Number 82.
Riley Unroe getting set to go. Here's the windup and the pitch to him. And that's going to be lofted high in the air. The left fielder, Murphy, cannot get there, and that will go foul. 3 for 3, 2 home runs, single, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs for Unroe this afternoon. Here's a windup and the pitch, and that's in for a strike. The count now at 0-2. One more strike here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch.
That's a ball.
And the changeup is high and outside. The count now 1-2. I do believe that Midland has secured the victory today against Amarillo. 1-2. And that's going to be right there. And they can't get it, as that will get through for a hit. And that's the 8th run for Corpus Christi today by Riley Unroe, as he gets it into a 8-2 lead on the RBI single. Evan Federer is getting a talking to. And so far that will put in Sean Boyle, as we'll have a San Antonio pitching change. Boy, 8-2 lead here in the ball game.
Now pitching.
Just the bottom of the
96.
5th inning and still forward on. Already 3 relief pitchers. Well, 1 starter, 2. Okay, I'm getting myself confused. Yeah, you're always confused. Yeah, and so are you. What are you talking about? Lucas Spence coming in. So we had a starter and 2 relievers. Now our 3rd for San Antonio getting in. 1 for 3, a home run, RBI, and a run. Are you always getting confused? Because sometimes I think you just confused like nothing else. Oh, well, ha. Big meanie. I'm not mean. Well, why you say some mean stuff then for, huh? I call you a meanie, you big meanie. Or how about this? I call you a jerk and stuff because you make fun of me. Oh, that's not nice. Well, 6 innings set to go as we're set to go for the top half of the 6th inning straight ahead for San Antonio. Victor Lizarraga, Kai Roberts, and Ethan Salas are leading it off in the 6th. Coming up.
Leading off, shortstop, Victor.
Well, leading it off is the shortstop, Victor Lizarraga, as he comes in. We're getting set to go. The lineup score of our ball game as we get going. Top half of the 6th inning to Victor Lizarraga as he comes going. And that one is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. Well, Midland secured the victory there in Amarillo, their final game. Rockhounds 14-9. Pretty good ball game right there. That one's right there, up to right field, through for a hit.
Now batting, center fielder,
So
number
Midland will claim their 30th win of the season, giving Amarillo a loss today. If San Antonio takes the W today, they will claim their 35th, and it will be, once again, a foot race between Amarillo and San Antonio. But losing today, that would put Corpus Christi up to 31, and they would trail the Missions by at least 3.5 games. That's right there. And to second for one, they relay it in time, and they double play to get to a 5-4-3 on that double play. Ethan Salas coming up now, the catcher.
Ball.
And so far, pretty good. That one is right there. The count now at 1 ball and no strikes. 1-1 now. 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Wind up and the pitch. And that one is outside. The count now 2-1. You know, Bob, I know that we have fun, but let's not have too much fun here. Sanabria was a home run, 2 RBI and a run. Well, you know, we just kid with each other. I mean, you know, you cut up. I mean, didn't you cut up with your dad at one time? Yeah, my dad would always cut up with us kids. He'd be like, you know, I'm just kidding. You know, we always kid around, and I tell you, I still kid around with him to this day. Want to poke his buttons, and he could give me all his money for all I care. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning as we get set to go. As Arturo Flores, Austin, and Baez to get going, and so far that'd be pretty good. We'll be right back here in the Hooks Baseball Network.
Well, we lead it in the bottom of the sixth inning right now, and the Hooks Baseball Network. Yeah, you thought it was going to be called the bottom of the seventh. Hey. Arturo Flores coming in. Thank you, Bob. And count now 0-1. Well, happy Dad's Day. Yeah, well, happy Dad's Day to everybody here in the ballpark. That one's right there. Arturo Flores getting in.
Now batting, third baseman.
Well, the third baseman, Trevor Austin, getting ready to go, and he hits that one out of play foul. The count now 0-1. Well, that 14-9, Midland took that ball game against Amarillo. That was a game that would probably make the Rockhounds a whole lot happy. Well, Midland returns back to their ballpark and to take on the Wichita Wind Surge. That one's right there. The second for one, and they get them both. 5-4-3 double play, and that is 2 down after that. Luis Baez, a right-hander, 1 for 3, a 2-run shot. And here's the pitch. And that one is going to be out of play foul. And the count now at 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And that is going to be in. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Right there, hit to Sanabria. And that is out number 3. And the side retired. Well, we are 3 up, 3 down. But Corpus Christi takes a 8-2 lead. 7th inning coming up.
Now pitching, number 7.
Right-handed reliever Hudson Leach coming in. 4-seam slider, curveball slurve, and a circle change. Getting ready to go. Gotta say, a pretty good one here tonight for Corpus Christi.
Number 93.
And boy, what time is it? 6 o'clock already? Yeah, 6 o'clock. Boy, I tell you one thing. This game could go 3 hours long if it wanted to. Or even 4. Yeah, that just depends if you get in extra innings or not.
22.
Well, Braden Carpathios coming in. 0 for 2, a strikeout. Romeo Sanabria being out number 1 on the play to first. And the pitch. That one is outside. The count now 1-0. Alejandro Torres now in the Corpus Christi bullpen warming up. Got to say, a pretty good one there. And that's in for a strike. The count now 1-1. Well, 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Here's the pitch, and that is outside. Count now 2-1. Well, for all the Dad's Day, I know the baseball game was the first day of activities for all the dads out there, but most importantly, Bob, what is the most fun that a dad would love? Well, you could take them camping, canoeing, or this baseball game, or go out to eat, fishing, or, just spend some time with your dad. Here's a 3-2 offering, and that is ball 4, and Carpathios now getting the first. Also taking them camping. Have you ever went camping? When my dad was around, we always went camping. He would always pack the tents, the travel trailer, and everything that he needed. And we went camping all the time. So how old were you when you first went camping? I was about 8 years old when I went camping. Oh wow, just the same time I've been riding horses my whole life. No balls and 2 strikes. Hey, even better, dads can go ride the horses. And so far, give Benji a call. Yeah, that is right. 210-800-3335. Get in touch with him and tell him what you would like to do, and so far he will get it arranged for you there at West Creek Trail Rides. It's also the proud sponsor of our San Antonio missions, and a proud sponsor since 2024, which they have always been. Rosemond Verdugo coming in now, 2 down, runner at first. In the top half of the 7th inning, a stretch inning coming up next as we get ready to have the final Take Me Out to the Ballpark here this week. Corpus Christi and Tulsa next week are converging play. San Antonio and Arkansas. Midland taking on the Wind Surge next week, but they'll be in Franco Park. They're in Midland, Texas. Well, that is out number 3, so no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. And we now head to the bottom of the 7th. And Corpus Christi in front. It is 8-2. Ty Whitaker leads us off here this next inning. This next half inning, I should say, lean it off for the Hooks, and we'll be right back. Well, hope you've had a pretty good 7th inning stretch, but now it's time to go back to the ballpark as we get ready to go for the Hooks, home half of 7. Well, thank you, Bob. Ty Whitaker getting set to go. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Hooks. And that is going to be right there. Liner straight away up the left field, through for a hit. And he's going to go to second with it, and he's got a stand-up double, is Ty Whitaker.
Now batting.
Man, and they're getting pretty good on this ball game. And now the 9th run for Corpus Christi is just in scoring position. So to tell you one thing, what else would you do? I mean, if you had like little ones, what would your little ones tell you? Hey, Dad, would you watch Barney with me? Well, do you want to watch Barney with me there, Bob? You're kidding, right? I probably would say, yeah. I probably might be kidding with you. Here's the 0-1 to Cornel Pratt, and that's going to be right there and now to play foul. And the count now 0-2. Sean Boyle in relief, the pitch. And that's going to get down. Liner straight away through for a hit. And here comes a run, not in time. And Corpus Christi now extends their lead. It's 9-2. Man, I got to say, San Antonio could get beat tonight. But tell you one thing, that's just stating the obvious right there. No, Bob, I don't think it's stating the obvious. I think these boys know what's going on. Well, they can't find it out there. What's going on out there? Well, I think that baseball just went somewhere, and now San Antonio just made a third error today. And this one points out to Braden Carpathios. Ouch. And not a good day for San Antonio. Boy, can they ever come back from this after 3 errors? Well, I could tell you one thing. Many errors made is many mistakes being made and stuff there, John. But yeah, you probably don't come back from it, as it really hurts you in the end. Well, right there, as that will be the out right there, but that'll be also a sacrifice fly. And now Corpus Christi up in double-digit numbers now. It's 11-2 hooks. Riley Unreal, 4 for 4. 2 home runs, 2 singles, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs today. This guy has had a pitch-perfect Father's Day afternoon here for Corpus Christi. And the pitch is right there now to play. The count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike the count. And the pitch. And that one foul. And the count now still holding, no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 to delivery. Swing and a miss. They got him.
Now batting, center fielder.
I wish they would pan the camera over so we could see the scoreboard and see how many errors have San Antonio made. But here is center fielder Lucas Spence, 1 for 4, a home run. Spence coming in, ready to go. We'll take that one in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him chasing 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And that one is out of play. And the count now 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Ooh, I tell you. We head to the 8th inning, and boy, Corpus Christi now putting up 3 runs more to their lead. And we head to the 8th, and Corpus Christi 11, San Antonio 2. Okay, so the 3rd error for San Antonio tonight. All right. 8th inning set to go. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. And that will be out number 1. San Antonio down to their final 6 outs here this afternoon. And, yeah, so far it's not looking too good for the San Antonio Missions in this one. Man, I got to say, through this series, San Antonio has won 2 out of this last 4. So far, Hook fans are very happy, especially on the Father's Day. Make it very special in this special occasion. That one is drifted high in the air, straight away, going, right there to left, down to the left fielder, out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop.
Ouch. Kind of feels like when you look at that score, the 11-2, it tells you that that little dog just bite your toes really hard. Yeah, you're funny there. I bet your dad says ouch when he gets his toes bitten. Yeah, 'cause a little doggy loves to play. Uh-huh. Well, probably that little doggy wants to watch Barney and Friends. Oh, man, John, you make me laugh. Well, the shortstop is Victor Lizarraga. As he comes in. That one is outside, and the count now 1-1. Oh, look at that. 10,149 fans today. And that one was right there. The count now. And the pitch. And the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on, top of the 8th. Victor Lizarraga, the last man up here in this one. And that one is skied high in the air, straightaway center, and that will do it for the side. Is retired. Geez, what the heck is that noise? Boy, them seagulls getting a pretty good grunt, aren't they? Yeah, they sure are. Well, that's Corpus Christi for you. Arturo Flores coming in as he hits that one out of play, and the count now 0-1. Bottom half of the 8th underway here on this Father's Day evening. And the pitch is inside for the coach. Strike is the count now 0-2. Don't forget, Hook fans, Corpus Christi will be back 2 weeks from today to take on the Frisco Rough Riders. High in the air, straight away, and that is going to be out number 1.
Now batting.
Well, the Hooks down to their final 2 outs here, and so far San Antonio just down to their last 3. And that is in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Well, these 2 teams will board separate buses after the ball game. Corpus Christi goes to Oklahoma, and San Antonio goes to Arkansas. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there up to Verdugo.
No,
and don't get him. Oh boy, that is the 4th error for San Antonio, and 2 of those was on the first baseman, Sanabria. Boy, and that makes a manager just want to pull his hair out of his own head. If I was a manager, I'd go out there and say, look, I know that was a mistake, but, errors are coming back to get you. So you really got to be focused, well-maintained, especially on the base paths. And that's a slider inside. The count now 0-2. San Antonio committed 4 errors in this ball game. I don't think the fans in San Antonio are really liking that at all. Well, I don't think they are there, John.
Now batting, designated
Ty
hitter,
Whitaker coming in,
number
2 for
24.
4. And here's pitch. That one's got high in the air, straight away. Right field Carpathios runs it down to the 330 mark. And with that, the side is retired. 3 outs to go for San Antonio as we lead to the 9th inning. And it's 11-2 Corpus Christi. So we'll get set to go as we'll lead it off here. The top of the 9th inning for Kai Roberts.
Well, top half of the ninth inning for San Antonio right now, the Hooks Baseball Network.
Guy Roberts will lead it off in a 11-2 ball game here, top of the ninth inning. Alejandro Torres now on the mound for Corpus Christi. He'll also pitch in relief to the closing door assignment. Cody Bolton getting in, ready to go. Boy, Frisco leading 3-1 against Arkansas, bottom of the eighth inning. And so far, a pretty good ball game there at Statesman's Park. It's a good ball game here for Corpus Christi. And here's the pitch, and that one is in for the cold strike. It's the count now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. And the pitch. That one high in the air, out of play, foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that one is down and in for the ball, and it's full. Single today by Kai Roberts. And that one's right there to the shortstop, and that's out number 1. 2 outs left of this homestand. Gotta say, these two teams about ready to pack the bags and load up to Oklahoma and Arkansas. Hooks head to Oklahoma. San Antonio heads to Arkansas. And that's going to be high in the air, straight away, and straight to the right field wall, as that is out number 2.
Man, I think San Antonio lost it here today. They tried, but most evidently, now the 35th loss getting counted to the San Antonio Missions. Well, I got to say there, Bob, we're not going to count that just yet. But most evidently, 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs, nobody on for San Antonio. And here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The count now at 2-1. 2 strikes to go, or a fly out or a pop out, it don't matter what. And that is right there, and the count now 2-2. So now down to the final strike of today, and the last one of this one. Well, here is the 2-2 offering, and that's a swing and a miss. Ball game over. And there you go, Corpus Christi now picking their 31st win of the season. And San Antonio down to 34 and 35. Well, they close it out on this week. Corpus Christi winning 4 out of 2. And now it's 11-2 final for Corpus Christi. Trey Dabrowski coming in. Jagger Haynes getting a loss. And gotta say, that was pretty rough here today as we all looked at it. But pretty good day here for Corpus Christi as they take the W. The final score, 11-2. Well, last game of the regular season here in Bayfront Park, and got to absolutely say we love this ballpark. It's a pretty good one here in Corpus Christi. Well, even though San Antonio heads to Arkansas, Corpus Christi heads to Tulsa. But anyway, as we conclude today, pretty good day after this one. Well, Frisco leading 3-1 against Arkansas in the top of the 9th inning. And boy, 8 ball clubs have already finished here. The final 2. Frisco could pick up their 39th of the season. Just 3 outs left with the Arkansas Travelers. So far,
Pretty good one as we close it out. Well, still waiting for this game to come in there in Frisco. But anyway, the Rough Riders set to go to their next destination, to Amarillo. And they take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Midland will head back home to take on Wichita. San Antonio taking on the Arkansas Travelers there at All-American Ballpark. Corpus Christi heading to Tulsa. And it'll be Northwest Arkansas heading to Springfield. So yes, that would be pretty good in that one. Well, 2 outs remain for the Arkansas Travelers. Boy, and Arkansas took on Springfield and Arkansas. Which is it pretty good for them. But so far, Arkansas and Frisco may be done for now, but they'll meet each other again in a long run. You know, I got to say they're 2 outs, 1 more down, and 1 more strikeout. Boy, fans clapping their hands. Getting into that one. One ball, 2 strikes, and ooh, that got him. Well, that's not good when you're hitting pitchers like that. Well, or anybody there, Bob. But all right, let's go over the Corpus Christi final score. 11 runs on 17 hits, no errors. For San Antonio, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors. Jagger Haynes gets the loss today for San Antonio. Riley Unroe was a 4 for 5, a 2 home run, 3 RBI guy here today. And the win is Trey Dombrowski as he comes in, taking the win on the mound in relief. All right, final scores. Let's go ahead and give them to you. Springfield winning 5-2 against Wichita. Tulsa 5-4 against Northwest Arkansas. Corpus Christi 11-2 against San Antonio. And 14-9 Midland taking that ball game away from Amarillo. That's Rockhounds 14, Amarillo 9. And still waiting for one more ball club, or two more ball clubs to finish their play there at Statesman's Park in Frisco. And so far, almost done here today. And the Father's Day crowds continuing to see some great momentum in the weeks to come. Oh, that's a base hit. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. Now the tying run already there at first base. And now still one more out to get for the Rough Riders. And so far, they're just going to have to try to get that final out regardless. I agree there, Bob. We'll stay live and on the air here as we continue to see the base hits come in, and now a pitching coach is on the way to the mound. Look like they're having a good talk with Danielson as he is the reliever on the mound for the Frisco Rough Riders. But we'll definitely keep y'all up to date in this broadcast. But yeah, hot and humid today, and boy, so far we could have thunderstorms tonight. I don't know if we can, but the percentages are up there. Now, overcast evening as we get going. Boy, 94 tomorrow in San Antonio. Boy, the temperatures are getting hot. 90s like crazy. Well, I gotta say, John, that's where we all have to be careful when we're outside. Boy, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Hood is a pretty good Arkansas prospect in the Seattle Mariners. The boy tried to swing after that one, but held up in time, count now 2-2. They got him. And that is a called third strike, and Frisco wins their 39th. And so far, that would put Arkansas down to 41-28. And gentlemen, that is another week completed off of that. And so far, pretty good. Tuesday, June 23rd. Frisco will head to Amarillo. I'm tired after today. Wichita at Midland. Corpus Christi at Tulsa. San Antonio at Arkansas. And Northwest Arkansas at Springfield. So pretty good as we conclude this week. And so far, gotta say, happy Dad's Day to everybody. Yes, the kids continuing to run the bases along with their dads here today. And as always, a pretty good one. Well, that will conclude this week. And so far for us here in the next go around, we head to Arkansas and we'll see you there on Tuesday. So make sure that you guys are super excited for that. Only have 3 ball clubs of the first half: Arkansas, Amarillo, and Midland. The final 3 of the first half. So we'll see y'all Tuesday at All-American Ballpark in Arkansas.